Ethan, how did you manage to fail that class again? Adam's voice cut through the kitchen like a blade. It's almost impressive at this point. I tightened my grip on the cereal box. I didn't fail. Just what? He smirked, leaning against the counter. You almost passed? That's what losers say. Mom sighed from the table, flipping through a magazine. Adam, be nice. He laughed. Nice? I'm being realistic, Mom. Maybe Ethan should stop wasting tuition money and do something he's actually good at. Dad cleared his throat but didn't look up from his newspaper. Enough, Adam. I wanted to tell them all that I was trying, that staying up every night studying while working part-time wasn't easy, but the words stuck in my throat. Don't worry. Dad, Adam said, grinning. I'm just preparing him for real life. The world's not going to hold his hand. I slammed the box on the counter. You think you're perfect, don't you? He chuckled. I don't have to think it, little brother. I just am. Mom shook her head. Boys, stop arguing. Ethan, eat something before class. I stared at my bowl, appetite gone. You know what? I'm not hungry. I grabbed my bag and headed toward the door. Don't forget your failure report card. Adam called out behind me, laughing. That laughter followed me out the door. It echoed in my ears as I walked to the bus stop, louder than the traffic, louder than my heartbeat. By the time I reached campus, the sky was gray. I sat on the steps outside the lecture hall, staring at the grade sheet in my hand, a single red F. You again? My professor, Mr. Wilson, stopped beside me. You're not giving up, are you? No, sir, I said quietly. Just thinking. Good, because thinking's fine. Quitting isn't. He patted my shoulder before walking away. I looked at the paper again. Adam's words replayed in my head. You're not built for success. Maybe he was right. That night, when I came home, the house was loud with laughter. Adam sat in the living room surrounded by relatives. Did you hear? Aunt Clara said. Adam got accepted into the management trainee program. Such a bright future ahead. Everyone clapped. Adam smiled, humble on the outside, smug underneath. Mom beamed. We're so proud of you, honey. Then she saw me in the doorway. Ethan, dinner's on the counter. We've already eaten. Thanks, I said softly. Adam glanced at me. Tough day at school? Don't start. I'm just asking. You're mocking me. Don't be so sensitive. We can't all be born winners. He grinned. Someone has to make me look good. I clenched my fists. One day, I'll prove you wrong. Sure you will, he said, laughing again. Later that night, I sat alone in my room, staring at the cracked ceiling. The laughter downstairs faded, replaced by the ticking of the old wall clock. I whispered, why am I never enough for them? No answer. Just the faint sound of Adam's voice through the wall, confident, charming, unstoppable. A week later, the letter came. The scholarship committee had reviewed my appeal, denied. Without it, I couldn't stay in college. I held the letter for a long time before knocking on Dad's door. He opened it halfway. What is it, son? I lost my scholarship, I said. I might have to drop out. Dad sighed. Your mother and I are already paying for Adam's internship expenses. Maybe next year, okay? Next year? My voice cracked. That's it? He looked tired. We just can't help right now. From behind him, Adam's voice chimed in, amused. Guess the universe agrees with me. I turned toward him. You think this is funny? I think it's predictable. I stepped closer. You're unbelievable. He crossed his arms. Don't take your failures out on me. Failures, I said, my voice shaking. You call them failures. I call them lessons. You'll see. He laughed again, that same sharp, heartless sound. Sure, little brother. I'll be waiting. That night I packed my backpack. No one stopped me. Mom stayed silent, Dad didn't come out, and Adam just watched from the doorway. Where are you going? He asked away, I said. To figure out who I am without your shadow. He smirked. You'll be back. I zipped the bag shut. If I ever come back, Adam, it won't be the same me. As I walked out into the cold night, I heard him chuckle behind me. But this time, his laughter didn't echo, it burned. I whispered to myself one day that laughter will stop. The city didn't welcome me. It pushed, kicked, and tested me from the moment I arrived. "Hey kid, you planning to buy something? Or just stand there?" The shopkeeper snapped. I looked at the price tag on the sandwich, $6. I had 5. "Never mind," I murmured and walked out. Cold air bit through my thin jacket. I sat on a bench outside the train station, stomach growling. I whispered, "Adam, you'd probably laugh if you saw me now." A man passing by muttered, "Talking to yourself already? Rough start, huh?" I smiled faintly. "You could say that." He walked away, shaking his head. I lay back, staring at the city lights and wondering if failure had a sound. Maybe it was the rumble of trains, carrying people who had somewhere to go, unlike me. A few days later, hunger won. I walked into a small cafe, hoping for warmth more than food. The bell above the door jingled. A man with gray hair looked up from behind the counter. "You looking for work or coffee?" "Work," I said quickly. "Any kind. I'll wash dishes, clean floors, whatever." He studied me for a moment. "You've got that desperate look." "What's your name?" "Ethan. I'm Liam." He wiped his hands on a towel. "I can't promise much. Just part-time minimum wage. You okay with that?" "Yes, sir." "Don't sir me. Makes me feel old," he chuckled. "Grab an apron. Let's see if you can survive a lunch rush." That was how it started. My first real break. The cafe smelled of roasted beans and warm bread. I worked through every shift like it was my last. "Kid, you don't stop moving, do you?" Liam said one afternoon as I scrubbed a table. "I just don't want to mess up." He nodded. "Fair enough. But remember, fear won't keep you alive. Effort will." That line stuck with me. Every night, I repeated it before falling asleep on a park bench under a flickering streetlight. One evening, as I wiped the counter, Liam said, "You eat yet?" I hesitated. "I'm good," he frowned. "You're a terrible liar. Sit down. Eat this sandwich before you pass out. I'll pay you back. Did I ask for money?" I took a bite, and for the first time in weeks, I felt something close to peace. "You remind me of me when I was young," he said. "Didn't have much, but I kept pushing." "What changed?" I asked. He smiled. "Someone believed in me. I guess I'm paying it forward." Days turned into months. My hands toughened, my back ached, but my heart steadied. During breaks, I'd sit by the window with my old phone, taking free online courses in business management. "Still studying?" Liam asked one night, trying to. "The Wi-Fi here's better than at the park," he laughed. "That's dedication. What's the plan, genius?" "Open my own business someday." He raised an eyebrow. "From dishwasher to businessman, bold. I have to be. My brother said I'd never make it." Liam's expression softened. "Ah, so this is about proving someone wrong." "Maybe," I said quietly. "But it's also about proving something to myself." He leaned against the counter. "Good, because revenge fades. Growth doesn't." The next morning, a customer complained about a spilled drink I didn't cause. Liam stepped in before I could speak. "Hey, my guy works hard," he told the man. "If you've got a problem, take it up with me." When the customer left, I said, "You didn't have to defend me." "Yes, I did." "You earned it." That moment hit harder than any insult Adam had ever thrown. Someone believed in me. At closing time, Liam handed me an envelope. "Your pay. Don't spend it all on vending machine food." I grinned. "No promises." Then he added, "Listen, Ethan, sometimes the broken ones rise higher. They just need time." I froze. "What did you say?" He repeated, "The broken ones rise higher." I looked at the worn floor tiles, trying to hide the tears burning my eyes. "Thank you, Liam." We shrugged. "Just keep showing up. The rest will follow." That night, I sat on my bench with a warm coffee in my hands and the city lights flickering like distant stars. I whispered, "One day, Adam, I'll rise so high you'll have to look up to find me." For the first time in a long time, I smiled, not out of pride, but out of quiet resolve. The city still didn't welcome me, But I wasn't waiting for it to. I'd build my own place here, one shift, one class, one dream at a time.
Congratulations, Ethan, Liam said, sliding a small envelope across the counter. Your last paycheck. You're moving up. I smiled faintly. Feels strange leaving this place. You earned it. Don't look back too long. I owe you everything. He shook his head. No. You owe yourself. Go make something out of all that pain you carried. I grinned. I plan to. Walking out of the cafe that day felt like shedding my old skin. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was building. 2 years later, I sat behind a real desk for the first time in my life. Numbers, files, invoices, order and chaos mixed together. My supervisor leaned over my cubicle. You're quiet, Ethan. Everything all right? Just learning, I said. Good. Keep your head down, work fast, and you'll go far. I nodded, even though what I really wanted was more than far. I wanted higher. When the others took lunch breaks, I stayed, double-checking data sheets and reading financial reports. Every keystroke was another step away from Adam's laughter. Months later, during a networking event, I overheard a woman speaking. Her voice cut through the chatter, steady, confident, commanding. People invest in vision, she said. Not pity stories. When I turned, I saw her, Maya Patel. Sharp eyes, neat bun, a presence that filled the room without trying. Someone whispered beside me, that's Maya. She built a firm from scratch. Investors line up for her. I didn't know what possessed me, but I approached her after the talk. Your speech was incredible, I said. She raised an eyebrow. Most people just ask for my card. You're different. I'd rather earn a reason to have it. She smiled. Bold answer. What do you do? I'm an analyst. Junior level. Ambitious. Determined. Same thing when done right. She handed me her card. Call me. Maybe I'll have something for you. That night, I stared at her card under the dim light of my apartment. Maya Patel, Horizon Capital. It felt like holding a key to a door I'd been knocking on for years. When I called her the next day, she answered immediately. You didn't waste time, she said. I figured opportunity doesn't wait. I like that. Come in tomorrow. Let's talk numbers and attitude. If you pass both, you're hired. I won't disappoint you. You'd better not. Her office smelled like ambition and fresh ink. She gestured for me to sit. All right, Ethan. Why finance? Because numbers don't lie, I said. People do. Numbers always tell the truth. She nodded, intrigued. Good answer. Tell me what drives you. Failure, I said quietly. And the need to prove it wrong. Maya's lips curved slightly. Interesting motivation. Dangerous, but powerful. I can control it. I hope so. Work starts Monday. The first few weeks under her felt like boot camp. Double-check every figure, she said one morning. Investors trust precision more than promises. Yes, ma'am. And don't call me ma'am. Makes me sound like a schoolteacher. I grinned. Yes, Maya. She shot me a look but didn't hide the smile. Each project taught me something new, strategy, negotiation, the art of confidence. I stopped being the boy who ran from his brother's laughter and started becoming the man who could silence it. One evening, after a long day, Maya walked into my office. You're still here? She asked. Just finishing the projections. Everyone else left hours ago. I'm not everyone else. She laughed softly. Good answer again. I leaned back. You ever get tired of fighting your way up? She paused. Every day. But I remind myself who doubted me. That keeps me sharp. Same here. She studied me for a moment. You've got fire in you, Ethan. Don't let it burn you. I won't. I'll use it. Then use it wisely. Weeks passed. The startup began growing faster than any of us expected. Maya trusted me with more responsibility, client deals, investor meetings, projections. One afternoon, after a major presentation, she turned to me and said, "You did well today. Thank you. You looked like you belonged there. Maybe it's time you start acting like it." I smiled. "I'm trying." She crossed her arms. "Don't try. Do." Her words hit harder than she knew. Don't try. Do. That night, I stood at my apartment window, staring at the skyline. "Adam," I whispered, "you told me I wasn't built for success. Guess what, I'm rebuilding myself." I could almost hear his old laughter in my head, but this time, it didn't sting. It fueled me. The first spark of change had finally ignited. I wasn't chasing revenge anymore. I was chasing evolution. And for the first time, I believed I could win. "Ethan, you've got that look again," Maya said, leaning against my office door. "What look?" I asked, closing my laptop. "The one that says you're trying to carry the world on your back." I smiled faintly. Old habits. Hard to break. She walked in, setting a folder on my desk. "I need you at the negotiation tomorrow. Big client. Think you can handle it?" "I can handle anything you throw at me." "Good. Because they'll test you." "They can try," I said. "I don't break easy anymore." She studied me. "That's what I like about you. You've got steel in your voice now." "Thanks to you." She shook her head. "No, Ethan. Thanks to you." The next morning, I stood in front of a boardroom full of investors, every eye fixed on me. My heart pounded, but my voice was steady. "Our projections show a 40% growth in the next quarter," I said. "You're not just investing in numbers, you're investing in a vision that already works." One of them smirked. Bold statement for someone so young. I met his gaze. Bold results come from bold people. I don't plan on slowing down. Maya shot me a small approving nod. When the meeting ended, the investors shook my hand. One said, "Impressive, Mr. Hayes. You're going places." As they left, Maya whispered, "That's how it's done." I exhaled slowly. "Feels like a dream." "Then wake up and enjoy it," she said, smiling. "You earned this." 2 years passed in a blur of deals, growth, and ambition. One day, Maya called me into her office. "I've been thinking," she said. "You've done more for this company than I could have imagined." I tilted my head. "You sound like you're about to promote me." "Close. I want you to co-found the new branch with me. Equal ownership." My mouth went dry. "Are you serious?" "As serious as profit margins." "You ready to step up?" I grinned. "You don't even have to ask." "Good. Because paperwork's already being drafted." The day my first paycheck as co-founder arrived, I stared at the number. More than Adam made in a month. Maybe more in 2. I could almost hear his laughter echoing from the past. "Who's laughing now?" I whispered. Maya peeked into my office. "Talking to your bank account?" "Just appreciating how far I've come." "You deserve it," she said. "But don't lose yourself chasing ghosts." I looked out the window. What if some ghosts need to see me standing in the light? She sighed. "Revenge, huh? Maybe just closure. Just make sure you can tell the difference." Weeks later, an invitation arrived for a regional business conference, in my hometown. I almost laughed at the irony. Maya noticed me staring at the paper. You're going? Yeah. Time to visit old memories. She crossed her arms. Or old wounds. Sometimes they're the same thing. Then make sure you leave them both closed when you come back. Back in my hometown, the air smelled like nostalgia and regret. I booked a conference hall, presented my company's success story, and made sure the local paper covered it. The headline read, "Former local student leads major investment firm expansion." That night, as I unpacked at the hotel, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Ethan? The voice was shaky. Familiar. My chest tightened. Adam? He hesitated. Yeah. I saw the article. You're back in town. For business. Business, he repeated softly. You've really changed. I had to. I mean it. You look like you've made it. I sat down. What do you want, Adam? A pause. I don't know. Maybe to talk. It's been years. Years of silence, I said quietly. Why now? Because I read about you. Because. I'm not doing so great. I said nothing. The room felt smaller, the air heavier. He continued, I lost my job a few months ago. Things have been rough. You used to say I wasn't built for success, I said. Guess it runs in the family. He sighed. I deserved that. Yeah, I said softly. You did. There was a long pause before he spoke again. I'm proud of you, Ethan. Really. I let out a dry laugh. Now you are. Can we meet? He asked. Just to talk. I hesitated. Part of me wanted to hang up. The other part wanted to see the man who once made me feel like nothing. Tomorrow, I said finally. No promises beyond that. Thanks, little brother. I ended the call, my pulse pounding. Maya's words echoed in my head, don't lose yourself chasing ghosts. But I already knew the truth, some ghosts needed to see me alive to know they were dead. Ethan. The voice on the line was quiet, uncertain, and trembling. Adam, I said. You actually called. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you'd answer. I almost didn't. A long silence stretched between us, broken only by the hum of the city outside my window. He finally said, I read about you. Your company's doing amazing things. You could say that. I mean it. You made it, huh? I worked for it, I said evenly. Nothing was handed to me. He laughed softly, though it sounded hollow. Guess the tables turned. Guess they did. He hesitated. Things haven't been great on my end. I lost my job a few months ago. I leaned back in my chair. I see. And Mom and Dad retired last year. The house, the bills, it's all piling up. I didn't say a word. Ethan, he continued, I know I don't deserve to ask you this, but. Then don't. He went quiet. Please. Just listen. I am listening, I said. Go on. I just need a little help. Just for a while. I'll get back on my feet, I promise. I let out a slow breath. Do you even hear yourself, Adam? What's that supposed to mean? You used to laugh when I struggled. You said I wasn't built for success. Now you're calling me for help. His voice cracked. I know. I was stupid. Arrogant. But, Ethan, people change. Do they? I have. Life humbled me. I stared at the city skyline. Funny how life teaches lessons words never could. Please, he said softly. I wouldn't ask if I wasn't desperate. How much? I asked flatly. Enough to cover a few months of bills. I'll pay you back. You don't need to lie to me. I'm not lying. I swear. You're the same man who told me I'd never amount to anything. And now you're asking me for a loan. I'm asking my brother, he said. Not the businessman. My brother. Those last two words hit deeper than I expected. Do you know, I said quietly, how many nights I heard your voice in my head while I was starving? Ethan. How many times I thought about quitting because you made me believe I was worthless. I was young, angry, full of myself. And I was the one you crushed. He didn't answer. I wanted to prove you wrong, I continued. Every promotion, every sleepless night, every deal I closed, I did it with your laughter in my ears. His breathing hitched. I don't know how to make it right. You can't. Then why are you still talking to me? I hesitated. Because I'm trying to figure out whether I want revenge or peace. He said nothing. Do you know what that feels like? I asked. To finally have the power to say no. He whispered, it feels good, doesn't it? It should, I said. But it doesn't. The silence between us grew heavy again. Ethan, he said after a while, I'm sorry. I mean it this time. I swallowed hard. I've waited years to hear that. I know it doesn't change anything, but I am. Sorry doesn't erase what you did. No, he admitted. But maybe it can start something. I rubbed my temple. You really think I can just forget everything? No. But maybe you can forgive me. That's the problem, Adam. Forgiveness isn't simple. It's survival. He exhaled shakily. So, is that a no? I didn't answer right away. Part of me wanted to hang up and let karma finish the job. The other part, the one Liam and Maya had helped build, whispered something quieter. Show him what real strength looks like. Send me your account details, I said finally. I'll transfer enough to get you through the next few months. He gasped. Ethan, thank you. Don't, I said quickly. This isn't about you. It's about me refusing to become what you were. He went quiet again. I understand. No, you don't, I said. But maybe someday you will. When the call ended, I sat there in the dark, phone still in my hand. I should have felt powerful. I should have felt satisfied. But all I felt was tired. Maybe forgiveness wasn't mercy. Maybe it was freedom, the kind that left scars instead of chains. I whispered to the empty room, you'll never understand. Adam. I didn't save you tonight. I saved myself. And for the first time in years, I slept without hearing his laughter. I can't believe I'm saying this, I told Maya, but I hired him. Her pen froze mid-signature. Your brother? Yeah. Adam. She looked up sharply. You sure that's smart? I'm not sure about anything, I admitted, but he needed a job, and I needed someone to fill an entry position. It's business. Business, she repeated. Or unfinished business. I forced a laugh. Both, maybe. When Adam walked into the office that first morning, his eyes darted everywhere, the glass walls, the polished floors, my name etched on the door, Ethan Hayes, director. He tried to smile. Nice place. Thanks, I said. Follow me. I'll show you your workspace. He trailed behind me silently. His suit was cheap, his shoulders slumped. This'll be your desk, I said. Simple data tasks, client logs, scheduling. Got it. You report to Maya. He frowned. Not to you. Not directly. Keeps things clean. He nodded slowly. Fair enough. I turned to leave. Welcome aboard, Adam. He hesitated. Thanks, Ethan. I mean it. I didn't answer. The first weeks were quiet. Adam arrived early, kept his head down, and avoided my gaze. The air between us felt heavy but professional. One afternoon, Maya stopped by my office. "He's trying," she said. "I know. Then why do you still sound like you're waiting for him to fail?" "Because he always did the same to me." She crossed her arms. "You're not him. Don't act like him." I nodded, though the bitterness still clung to me. A month later, I caught Adam standing outside my office door, staring at my nameplate. "You lost?" I asked. He jumped. "No. Just thinking." "About what?" "How weird this feels." "What, working for me?" "Yeah." He gave a strained smile. "Life's funny, huh?" "Depends on who's laughing," I said. He sighed. "I deserve that." "You do." He looked down. "I'm trying, Ethan. I really am." "I know." That was all I said. Fair, not kind. One Friday evening, Maya called me into her office. "We've had some small errors in the client database," she said. "Adam's name keeps popping up." "Small errors happen. Not 3 times in 1 week." I frowned. "You think he's doing it on purpose?" She shrugged. "Could be pride. Could be sabotage. You tell me, you know him." I rubbed my temples. "He hates losing control. Maybe this job feels like losing." "Then remind him who's in charge," she said. Nicely. The next morning, I confronted him. "Adam, these reports are inconsistent." "What's going on?" He stiffened. I double-checked everything. Then triple-check, because investors are asking questions. He muttered, "Maybe your system's flawed." "My system works fine." "Maybe your people don't." I raised an eyebrow. "You're my people now." He met my eyes for the first time. "No, Ethan. I'm your brother, or did you forget?" I leaned closer. "I remember everything." He turned away. "Yeah, that's the problem." Later that day, Maya found me pacing near the break room. "You talked to him?" "Sort of." "And?" "He's defensive. Feels cornered." "Because he is," she said. "Don't give him enough space to ruin what you built." I just thought giving him a chance would fix something inside me. She sighed. "Maybe the thing you're trying to fix isn't broken anymore. Maybe you just keep reopening it." I didn't reply. By the next week, the mistakes multiplied, mismatched invoices, wrong figures, missing files. I called him into my office. "Sit," I said. He sat, avoiding my eyes. "I gave you this JB because I believed you wanted to change," I said. "But this? This looks intentional." "It's not," he said quickly. "I swear." "Then why are you cutting corners?" He slammed his hands on the desk. "Because I'm tired of being beneath you." The words hung in the air like smoke. "Beneath me?" I repeated. "You think this was about power?" He glared. "It always is. You get the title, the company, the respect. I get pity. I offered you work, not pity." He laughed bitterly. "You offered me humiliation." My chest tightened. "You humiliated yourself years ago." "Yeah," he said quietly. "And now I'm living it every day." He stood and walked to the door. "Maybe hiring me was your revenge." "Maybe," I admitted. "But I hoped it'd be my closure." "Well, neither of us got what we wanted." "Maybe not yet," I said. "But I'm not letting you destroy what I built." He stopped. "Then fire me." I met his eyes. "Not yet." He left without another word. That night, Maya called. How bad is it? Worse than I thought, I said. Be careful, Ethan. Sometimes the past bites back. I stared at the empty desk across the hall, Adam's desk, and whispered, yeah. I can feel the teeth already. Maya stormed into my office late that night, eyes sharp as glass. We've got a problem, she said. What now? I asked, still buried in paperwork. Adam. He tampered with the proposal for the Danton deal. I froze. What? He changed the numbers. Deleted attachments. Sent the wrong draft to the client. If I hadn't double-checked, we would have lost the deal. My pulse quickened. Are you sure it was him? She slid her tablet across the desk. His login. His edits. His timestamp. You tell me. I stared at the screen, undeniable proof. Why would he do this? She folded her arms. You tell me. He's your brother. I called him immediately. Adam. My office. Now. He sounded tired. Can it wait until morning? No. Now. When he walked in 10 minutes later, I was standing by the window, trying to calm the storm inside me. He looked uneasy. You wanted to see me? Sit. He hesitated. Ethan, if this is about. It is. I slammed the folder onto the desk. Explain this. He glanced at the papers, then away. I don't know what you mean. Don't lie to me. I'm not. You changed the proposal file, Adam. You almost tanked a deal worth 7 figures. He flinched. It was a mistake. No, a mistake is forgetting a decimal. This was deliberate. His voice rose. You think I do that on purpose? I don't think, I know. He turned away, fists clenching. You always assume the worst of me. Because you keep proving me right. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I hit the wrong file. Stop pretending. I stepped closer. You wanted me to fail, didn't you? He didn't answer. His silence said everything. I leaned on the desk, my voice low and shaking. Do you remember what you told me years ago? He looked confused, or maybe guilty. No. You said, you're not built for success, Ethan. He closed his eyes. Ethan, please. I cut him off. You were right about one thing. Someone here isn't built for success. But it's not me. He swallowed hard. Don't do this. I laughed bitterly. You did it to yourself. You couldn't stand seeing me above you. He shouted, because you enjoyed it. Every time you looked at me, it was payback for all those years. I didn't need payback, I said coldly. I just needed peace. But you wouldn't let me have that either. He stared at the floor, breathing unevenly. I thought if I made you stumble, maybe I'd feel like you're equal again. By sabotaging me? He nodded weakly. I just wanted to matter again. I shook my head. You mattered the day I gave you this job. You ruined it the day you betrayed me. Tears welled in his eyes. I didn't mean to destroy it all. Then why did you? I don't know. His voice cracked. I wake up every day hating what I see. You're everything I couldn't become. For the first time, I felt the anger loosen its grip. I saw not my brother, not the arrogant boy who mocked me, but a man drowning in regret. Adam, I said quietly, you built your own prison. He nodded, tears falling freely. I know. Do you think crying fixes it? No. Do you think sorry changes what you did? He shook his head. It doesn't. But it's all I have left. Silence filled the room. His shoulders trembled. Mine ached from holding years of hate. I tried, he whispered. I really tried to be better. You tried to win, I said. Not to be better. He looked up at me, eyes red. So what now? You're firing me? I hesitated. The words felt heavier than they should have. Yes. He nodded slowly. Guess I deserve that. You do. He turned toward the door, then stopped. Do you ever stop hating me? I swallowed. I don't hate you anymore, Adam. He frowned. Then what is this? This, I said softly, is me finally letting go. He left without another word. The door clicked shut behind him, and the office fell silent. I sank into my chair, head in my hands. My pulse was still racing, but the rage was gone. All that remained was exhaustion, and a strange kind of sadness. I whispered to the empty room. You told me I wasn't built for success. But you were right about one thing, you were never built to handle mine. Months passed quietly after Adam left. The office felt lighter, the air cleaner, but part of me still checked the doorway sometimes, half expecting him to walk in, half relieved he never did. Maya noticed. You're too quiet lately, she said one afternoon. I'm just thinking. About him? Sometimes, I admitted. Mostly about what came after. She closed her laptop. You did what you had to do, Ethan. Don't torture yourself for being right. I'm not torturing myself, I said. Just, realizing that winning doesn't feel like I thought it would. She studied me carefully. Because you were chasing closure, not success. They're not the same thing. I'm starting to see that. That night, I transferred money into my parents' account, just enough to clear their debts. I didn't put my name anywhere. They'd never know it came from me, and that was fine. Maya called while I was staring at the transfer confirmation. Still at the office? Yeah. Go home, Ethan. You've done enough saving for one night. I smiled faintly. Not for everyone. Don't tell me you're still trying to fix him, she said. I'm not. I'm just making sure no one else pays for his mistakes. Then you've already won, she replied. Let it rest. 2 weeks later, my phone rang again, an unfamiliar number. I almost ignored it, but something made me answer. Hello. Ethan, the voice said softly. I froze. Adam? Yeah, it's me. My chest tightened. What do you want? He sighed. Nothing. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. For what exactly? For everything. For being cruel. For being jealous. For making you feel small. I leaned back, staring out the window at the skyline glowing over the city. You did more than make me feel small, Adam. I know, he said quietly. You don't have to forgive me. I wasn't planning to. I just needed to say it. Why now? Because I finally understand what I destroyed. I could hear the wind on his end, maybe the sound of cars passing. He said, you were always better than me. I hated that. I told myself you'd never make it so I wouldn't feel like the failure I was. I didn't respond. He continued, when I lost my job, I thought karma had finally caught up. But when you still helped me, that broke me in a way I can't explain. I closed my eyes. You didn't deserve my help. Maybe not. But I needed it. Do you need something now? I asked. Money? A favor? No, he said quickly. Just your forgiveness. I can't give that easily. I know. I just wanted to try. Silence hung heavy between us. I thought about the boy who once mocked me, the man who betrayed me, and the voice now trembling on the line. Do you ever think about starting over? I asked. He laughed softly. Every day. But it's hard when every door you open reminds you of the one you slammed shut. I nodded to myself. I used to feel that way too. What changed? I stopped looking back. He exhaled shakily. Must be nice. It's not easy, I said. But it's worth it. Then maybe I'll get there someday, he said. Maybe you will. There was a pause, and then he whispered, I really am proud of you, Ethan. I stared at the skyline, the reflection of my city, my life, my hard-earned peace. You don't need to say that. I do. Because I spent years tearing you down instead of learning from you. I swallowed hard. Adam. Yeah. Take care of yourself. He hesitated. That's it. That's all that's left to say. And before he could reply, I ended the call. The silence afterward wasn't heavy this time, it was calm. I placed the phone on the desk and watched the city lights flicker like quiet applause. For years, I thought revenge would feel like victory, sharp, satisfying, clean. But it didn't. It felt hollow. What filled that hollow space now wasn't triumph, it was freedom. Maya's words came back to me, closure isn't about being right. It's about being done. I finally was. I whispered to the empty room, you were wrong, Adam. I wasn't built to fail. I was built to rise. The skyline reflected in the glass, bright, steady, unshakable. And for the first time in my life, I didn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone.